Hello everyone and welcome back to our 2021 Kdenlive video series. Today we're going to look at adding clips and doing basic clip editing. So I've opened up Kdenlive over here and we're just going to do a quick version check. We are using Kdenlive version 20.12.3. This is the latest version as of the making of this video. If you don't have any footage for yourself, a great place to download some free footage for practice is pexels.com. So I've downloaded a few video clips that we're going to be using in this tutorial. I'm just going to go over briefly what our interface is. So when you open up Kdenlive, make sure that you click onto the editing workspace. This is going to be the workspace that is most beneficial for what we're going to do today. On the left here, this is our project bin, and this window will also contain different things like our compositions, effects, the clip properties, and our undo history. Today we're just going to focus on looking at our project bin. Then on the middle here we have our clip monitor, and there's also other tabs here. There's a tab for library, and on the right side here is our project monitor, and we've got also another tab here for our project notes. Now this is our editing toolbar. And today we're going to talk about a few of the tools here that we'll be using. So this is our do not use timeline zone for insert. I don't really know what that is for, but we're not going to be using that. Selection tool is very helpful, so we will be using that. And that is triggered by the keyboard shortcut S, as you can see here. Our razor tool is also very important. So that is X on the keyboard. And lastly, most helpful also is our spacer tool, which will be used with letter M. There are other things here on the toolbar as well, but I don't personally use them that often, and we also won't be talking about them in today's video. Now on the bottom here, we've got our timeline. This is where we're going to see our video tracks and our audio tracks. And lastly, on the right, we're not going to be doing any sound today, but this is our sound monitor. So we'll be able to monitor the volumes of our video clips over on this side. So before we start adding clips, it's always good practice to check our project settings. So the way that we do that is to go to project settings. And as you can see, the default is set at 1080p, 25 frames per second. You can set other things here as well, like the proxy settings, metadata, managing the project files, and cache data. So we're not going to talk about those things at the moment, so we're just going to focus on the basics. So let's just, for demonstration's sake, set it at 1080p, 24 frames per second. I'm going to click OK. It's going to ask me to confirm, continue, and you can see here that it is set now to 1080p, 24 frames per second. Now there's a few ways to add clips onto your project. So one is to right click onto the project bin here. We can add clip or folder. You can navigate to the clip that you want to add. For me, I find that the easiest way is just to open up a file manager and to drag and drop into our project bin. So there we go. If your clip has a different video setting, it may ask you to switch it. In this case, I'm just going to press cancel because I want to keep it at 24 frames per second. So I'm just going to switch it to cancel. In previous versions of Kdenlive, it didn't allow you to add directly onto the timeline, which caused a lot of confusion for a lot of beginners. But in this version, we're going to try that out, and it looks like that functionality is added. So I can drag and drop directly into my timeline, and you can see here that the clip was also added into my project bin. So I'm just going to remove this from the timeline for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the rest of our clips onto our project bin. Now that we've added all of our clips together, let's go ahead and build our little video together. So let's check out what we've got. So we'll click on this. We've got a coffee cup, and as you can see, whatever is you click onto your project bin is displayed onto your clip monitor. So let's go ahead and play this. So you can see that coffee cup. You can scrub through the video and see what else is happening. We've got the sunrise. We've got this lady that's waking up. We've got some sun rays that's going through the trees. And finally, we've got an alarm clock. As you can see, there's nothing here on our project monitor yet. What we will see later is that when we add our track, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's add the sunrise first. Now something gets displayed on our project monitor. So basically our project monitor shows what is on our timeline. So let's move the playhead back to the beginning. I'm pressing space bar to play. So we'll take about 4 seconds of that. And I want to cut this video. So the best way to do that is just to use the razor tool and then cut where the playhead is or wherever you want. You want to switch back to your selection tool, and now we can delete this item. So I'm going to delete the rest of it. So I've selected that. As you can see, it's highlighted, and I can just press the delete key. So now when we go back to the beginning of our playhead, we'll press play. So we just got a quick clip of the sunrise. Cool. And now our video doesn't have any audio. So you can see that there is an audio container here because Kdenlive automatically splits the audio and video, but there's no audio playing. And you can see in our mixer, there is no sound. So basically there's no activity going on. You just see the audio mixer. See, there's nothing. So if you find that this container is a bit annoying, you can right click, you can ungroup the clips, and then now you can select this and delete that empty container. And now we just have the video clip. So we've got our sun rising, and now I want to add our alarm clock. So the alarm clock goes through quite a bit before it switches over to 6. So here's another way to actually figure out which part of the clip that you want to take. So in your clip monitor, this is another way to do quick and easy cuts, is we'll set an in and out time. So we'll press play here, and it changes over to 6 right about there. So we'll bring this back, and I'm gonna press I or in, right? So you can set zone in, and we can press play. And as it changes over, we can set the zone out, or you press the letter O on your keyboard. So now you can see there's only this small segment that's being highlighted. So when I drag this clip down to my timeline, it's only gonna drag down that bit. So that's another way that you can do some quick cutting in your clip monitor. Because you might be asking, oh, what's the clip monitor for? It's a bit useless. So there you go. Now the next thing I'm gonna add is this lady that's waking up. So there's about 20 seconds of her getting up. So we're not gonna take the whole thing. So maybe I'm gonna take just as she, touches her eyes. So this is already set in at the beginning. So we're going to go through another example of the clip monitor. So I'm just going to set it out here. So I've only got that little highlighted bit. I'm going to bring that in, and there we go. So my project monitor, so there, just going to wipe her eyes, and then bang. Now the next clip that we're going to add is a little bit of this. So maybe right about there. So again, if you want to set out point right there, and I can just drag into my timeline. So this one has another empty audio container. So you can right click, ungroup, or if you're a keyboard person, Control-Shift-G, select this and then press delete. So let's have a look at what we've got so far. So we've got the sun coming up, the alarm clock ticking over, she's waking up. And I want to show her getting up. So we'll go back to our clip here with the lady waking up. And as you can see, it has preserved our in and out points. So we can reset this to something else, right? So let me see. I want to get it where she's just about to get up there. So again, I can press I, so in point. and maybe right there, the out point. And I can bring this down. There's multiple workflows that you can do. So if you don't like to set the in and out points over here, an alternative is simply to drag and drop into your timeline and then to simply select the points that you want. We can cut here and then we can make another cut over here. So make sure that you press the select tool again to make sure that you can select the clips to delete. There we go. So we've got basically the same clip that we've got. So it's just different ways of doing the same thing. I like this way, doing as much as I can in the clip monitor because it makes the workflow a lot cleaner. It's a little bit easier. And then lastly, we're gonna put the coffee mug. So I'll demonstrate what we've got, using the timeline. So here we can ungroup this. Then we can remove this empty audio track. And I think I'm gonna end the video right about there. So I can do the razor tool and I can cut it there. Make sure that you switch back to the selection tool. Otherwise it's gonna stay on the razor tool and you might want to try to move it and you're clicking and it just keeps cutting. So make sure, select the select tool and then we can delete. So a few things to demonstrate here while we're here is if you hold down the shift key, you can select multiple clips at a time. If I want to select 3 of these, it'll select 3 of them. I can group those clips. So I can move them around if I want. And I can ungroup those clips. So I can move them individually. And finally, I can just select all of them to delete. Now I did promise that we're going to demonstrate how to use the spacer tool. So the spacer tool is very important, especially if you're trying to insert something. So let's just do a quick example. So let's say I want to add a little bit more of the sun coming through the woods. So let's just set an in point there and just a random out point. Let's say I want to add this after she gets up. We can select our move tool and we can move this part. So as you can see, it also moves the other clips that are behind it. And make sure you switch back to your select tool. We can bring this in, insert, and then move this back. If you click on the move tool, and if you want to insert something from the very beginning, if I click on the clip from the very beginning, then you can see the whole thing moves. So be careful though, because if you have something else in your video track 2 above and your audio track below, those clips will also move. If you don't want those clips to move, sometimes if you have some background music going on, the easiest thing to do is just to lock those tracks. So you can lock your audio track that you don't want to move and your video track. You can make your moves, and then after, when you're finished, you can unlock those things. Make sure you select back your selection tool. To remove this space, you can right-click, remove space, and there you go. So just as an added bonus, I'm going to show you how to do a really quick and simple transition. We've got this annoying empty track here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove that. So Control-Shift-G to ungroup, and I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to place this above the track. Let's zoom in. So you can press Control key and zoom in with your mouse wheel to zoom in closer to your timeline. And the way to do a transition in Kdenlive is just to overlap the tracks. And as you can see, there's this little button, purple button here that pops up. I'll move this track below. And we've got a wipe. So if I click on the wipe, you can see next to our audio mixer, we've got the effects and composition stack. So it's been moved down here. We're in the editing workspace. So you can see that it's just at the default, which is a dissolve. So when we press play here, it's going to dissolve. You can change it to whatever you want. Linear X, so linear wipe, something like that. But I'll just leave it at the dissolve for now. You can play around with whatever transitions that you want. I'm happy with that. If you want the transitions to be longer, you can move the video and you can extend the wipe. So that will make your transition a bit longer. If you want to make it shorter, obviously you can make a lesser overlap and the white. So stay tuned for the end of this video for the final product. I'll add a little bit of sound so that you're not bored watching it. But thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate a subscribe and a like to this video if you found this helpful. Stay tuned. I will be doing some more tutorials in the days to come. Take care. Bye-bye.